Hello, players. It's Anna K. Morris with We Play Everywhere. Good Monday morning to all of you watching. Before we get started, I just want everybody to close your eyes. If you're driving, don't do that. But if you're in a place that you can close your eyes, let's go ahead and just start by closing your eyes to set some presence for this video and also for your week. But taking a moment to close your eyes here, just deeply, deeply, deeply inhale through the nose. As you exhale, sigh it out through the mouth. Yeah, do that 2 more times on your own. Inhaling deeply through the nose. Exhaling deeply through the mouth. Let everything go. Feel your shoulders relax, creating space between your ears and your shoulders. And then take your last inhale here. And exhale, sigh it out. Welcome. Happy Monday. Before we get started, I just want to acknowledge this awesome mug from my dear friend and We Play Everywhere member, Carrie Montgomery. It says Mr. T. I have coffee in it, but Mr. T is one of my favorite characters from growing up. I used to dress up as him. My sister and I would play Mr. T and Mr. T's wife, who lived in a garbage can. I have no idea why. And we would wear as much jewelry as possible, like just all gold chains, every single thing that we could find in my mother's jewelry box we would put on, and we would be Mr. T and Mr. T's wife, who lived in a garbage can. Sorry, Mr. T, I'm sure your wife didn't live in a garbage can, but that was our imaginary game. So I share that with you guys because it may trigger something for you about like an old memory that you have or a place that you were playing in your life. So that's what this is all about. It's really about using play in order to make yourself present. So we had an amazing weekend. We had grown-up recess this past Sunday, so yesterday. And then we also, I taught a big event for Lululemon in conjunction with Waterworks last night. And the topic of this week is all about honoring your word. And I'm going to share a little bit about what that's been like for me as I've been examining it for the past few days leading up to this video. So honoring your word. Stay with me here. It's pretty easy. I shouldn't say easy. We tend to look at honoring our word as right or wrong, like good or bad. If I honor my word, then I'm good. If I don't, then I'm bad. And like we make it a morality thing. And I want to shift your thinking around honoring your word. And rather than making it a morality thing, make it about like it either works or it doesn't work. And I would say that when you honor your word, your life works. And when you don't honor your word, your life doesn't work or doesn't work as well as it could work. And I'll use an example from my own life. So Derek and I have really been looking at some of the big move that we want to make here in the next year, and what that's going to take financially, and what that's going to take just in creating, and things that he wants to accomplish outside of his day job, and things that I want to accomplish with We Play Everywhere. And so what we determined would work is if we didn't drink for the next couple of months, which also includes around the holidays. So we've made some exceptions, right, around the holidays. But then, so we started it last week, so last Monday. We had just gotten back from Cabo, so it was a good time to kind of detox and, not drink. And then, what do you know? Friday rolls around, and we're going to an amazing show, and our friend came over, and the wheels just kind of started to come off. A glass of wine turned into a slice of pizza, turned into, for me, a box of cheese nips, and I also am wanting to lose some weight, and so is Derek, and tone up. So like you can see that the reason that we said it would make a difference and we weren't going to drink was to, honor what we want for our bodies and our bottom line and our productivity. And then, Friday shows up and we're like, well, we'll just make an exception. But then that triggered so many different points of our life. So like this money that we had going into the weekend, gone. Like Friday, it was all gone. Like we really were like Friday night, we were like, what happened? Right. And then like, what did we just eat? Like, what did we just do? So then Saturday I had a leadership course that was on the somewhat of the subject of honoring your word. So that was a really good reminder. And so then on Saturday night, I went to go see a movie with my sister. I had a budget in mind of what I wanted to spend and didn't want to go over. And I wanted to take a bath, and then I wanted to wake up first thing in the morning and go to a spin class. And that was my word. And all of it happened. So I didn't drink. I spent what I wanted to spend. And I got up Sunday morning, even though Derek wasn't really on board. He got on board and came with me. And I share that with you because my experience of myself was so distinct and, we'll just call it distinct, than it was on Friday. So I noticed that when I didn't honor my word, like all this stuff came up of like, oh, you're kind of a loser and like you can't even like keep your agreement. It's only been 5 days and blah, 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 blah. So part of the challenge for me with when I don't honor my word is then I make it this morality thing. Like I make it really dramatic and I make myself really bad and wrong for not honoring my word, rather than just saying like, oh, I did that thing. I'm really human. I fell off the wagon. It's time to get back on, which is what I did on Saturday. And my experience of myself was incredible, like absolutely incredible. And that was Saturday. Sunday morning, fantastic. We had grown-up recess, and then I taught an event at Lululemon and Waterworks on Sunday night. And we got 3 free beers. And what do you know? There I'm drinking beer again, like totally out of alignment. But this time I justified it because it was free. So, but then it led to, some fried chicken and French fries. So again, out of alignment. So I share that with you because it just goes like that. It's like just when you honor your word, like there I am again, dishonoring it. So it's really fast, and it takes me, and I would say it takes you, looking at what are you committed to? Like what are you really, really committed to? And is it big enough to keep you honoring your word? Like is it big enough, and are you aware of it enough to keep honoring your word? So that's really the question of the week, is like, where do you let yourself off the hook? So grab a pen and paper if you're able to, and just start to write down, like, where do you let yourself off the hook? Like, where do you say it's okay? It could be in your relationship where like, oh, it's good enough. Like it's good enough, that we just go on a date once a month. Or it's good enough that I'm not dating anybody, right? Like we all kind of have that version for ourselves of like where we say it's good enough and we don't really like honor our word and what we really want. So a lot of times we want something, but then we don't honor our word to have it happen, right? So that's the homework for this week, is to really take a look at where you honor your word and where you don't honor your word. Yeah. And then separate from that is take a look at like, how does that impact you? What's your experience of yourself? Like just in 48 hours, I went from totally bashing myself, like giving myself a hard time, making myself so like such a loser, to just like on cloud 9, untouchable, like totally great, to like back to being a loser again. This was all in like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it's just really, really fast. And I'm looking for myself at how can I keep those commitments like so alive and present for me that I don't get knocked off of my word, right? And it could even look like an accountability partner. So if you're a member of We Play Everywhere and you're wanting that kind of accountability, please put a private Facebook message out to the group, and let's start that dialogue. Like if we need to come up with a different kind of accountability to keep you guys on track with honoring your word, I know that would totally make a difference for me as well. So if you need that as a member, please let us know. And if you're not a member, please join. We'd love to have you. Grown Up Recess was phenomenal. Thanks to all of you who came out. And I want to say a little bit more about that. Um, there are lots of different things happening right now in the world. And it's really easy to be checked out. Like there's so much information, right? Coming at all of us. And yoga is a great tool to check you back in. Meditation is a tool to check you back in. And I've really been thinking about play and like where does that all fit in? And what I see for myself is that play is another avenue of that. It's an extension of yoga and meditation as a tool to check you back in. And that's really what Grown Up Recess was for me yesterday, is that I was just really checked in. Like I wasn't worrying about anything. I wasn't thinking about anything. Like even in running the event, it was really easy. Like we didn't do some of the games that I would have liked to. And I think it went really perfectly and smoothly and exactly as it was designed. But it allows for like a sense of freedom and play and presence, right? So we do a little bit of yoga and then we are finger painting and just like visiting. There's no agenda, and it's just really playful and fun. So if you're in the Houston area, we would love to see you. We play together every Tuesday night from 7 to 9 p.m. at We Co-Work. You can go to the website, weplayeverywhere.com, or you can go to the Facebook page. They are all prepped as Facebook events, and we're going to have an upcoming painting night. So there's some really fun stuff coming. So be on the lookout. Facebook's probably your best option for that. So thank you. I hope that you guys have a great week. Go out there and honor your word. I'm going to be doing it for myself too. And thanks for letting me share so vulnerably. And I'm going to keep looking at that commitment. And I may even just write it on Post-it notes, I think, and post it all over the place so that I remember to stay true to my commitments and honor my word. Okay. Bye, guys. Thanks.